Now, when is this marriage happening?
We are looking at the middle of next year, Tati.
That long? What do you have to say about this?
No problem, Uncle. We can do it in a day.
Oh?
Get a personal loan for your marriage, education or housing within 24 hours with People's Bank Digital Banking. Join the People's Bank Digital Banking revolution now.
Both the loan and the wedding in one day.
Must be your lucky day.
People's Bank Digital Banking, your ultimate convenience.
In a few moments, the news.
Get a personal loan for your marriage, education or housing within 24 hours with People's Bank Digital Banking.
This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
(8:45). This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by J. Yogaraj, read by Soundithavam. The first discussion to get proposals from the backbenchers of the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramana to compile budget proposals commenced today under the patronage of the Prime Minister. The first meeting of a 4-member committee appointed to solve the teacher principal salary anomalies will be held tomorrow. Home care program for children infected with COVID-19 begins. COVID-19 recoveries surpassed 300,000 in Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka confirms another 124 COVID-19 deaths. COVID-19 update, the daily count of new cases climbs to 2,890. A survey reveals nearly 150,000 in the Colombo district still unvaccinated. A maximum price set for antigen and PCR tests. In news overseas, scale of Russian mercenary mission in Libya exposed. In sports, Stuart Broad will miss England's second test against India. The first discussion to get proposals from the backbenchers of the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramana to compile budget proposals for next year took place today at Temple Trees under the patronage of the Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa. Proposals were obtained on the task to be performed at rural, regional, district and national levels and on strengthening the national economy. The parliamentarians made proposals including developing local organic agriculture, increasing export productions and getting the contribution of rural communities for the industries and services sector. Finance Minister Basil Rajapaksa organised the meeting. The first meeting of a 4-member committee appointed to solve the teacher principal salary anomalies will be held tomorrow. A member of this committee, Minister Mahinda Amaravira, accepted the fact that there is a salary anomaly existing in the present salary structure of the teachers. The minister expressed confidence that the problem will be solved amicably without harming the other government servants' salary scales. Providing home-based care for COVID-infected children aged above 2 years has commenced, says Dr. Channa De Silva, consultant paediatric chest physician at the Lady Ridgeway Hospital, Colombo. Accordingly, symptomatic or mildly symptomatic children can also be referred to medical supervision, he added. Dr. De Silva noted that children who undergo home-based care should not have uncontrolled comorbidities, chronic heart disease or other medical conditions. A home-based treatment program was initiated after taking into account the rapid increase in the number of children infected with COVID-19, and it is now being implemented island-wide, he stated further. According to Dr. De Silva, the children requiring home-based care should have an adult at home for providing caregiver support as well as proper communication facilities. Children eligible for this procedure can be given treatment at home in coordination with the Medical Officer of Health MOH of the area. Inquiries in this regard can be obtained from the call centre through the hotline 1390. Hotline 1390. Speaking further, Dr. De Silva stated that COVID-19 is a common viral condition in most children and that they recover from the infection due to natural immunity, adding less than 1% of children with novel coronavirus end up having complications. He also urged parents to hospitalize children with any COVID-related complication without delay. Further, Dr. De Silva cautioned that giving medicines to children without a prescription from a doctor can be harmful. Approximately 150,000 people aged above 30 years in the Colombo district are still unvaccinated, says the Colombo Divisional Secretary Pradeep Yasaratne. A survey conducted in 557 Gram Nilal divisions in the Colombo district has brought the matter to light. Addressing a media briefing held today, Mr. Yasaratne noted that measures will be taken to identify these unvaccinated adults and direct them to the inoculation drive. Speaking further, he said, a total of 1,334,947 people aged above 30 years are residing in the Colombo district. More than 90% of them have got themselves vaccinated. The Divisional Secretary noted that a survey was carried out into the unvaccinated senior citizens over 60 years in the Colombo district. The survey was successfully completed, analysing data from 547 Grama Nililari divisions. Based on this study, at least 99,373 people aged between 30 to 59 years are yet to receive the COVID-19 vaccine. The majority of the unvaccinated people above 60 years of age are from the Colombo and the Kolanava Divisional Secretariat divisions. Mr. Yasaratne stated, adding that health officials expect to vaccinate 46,672 senior citizens by this week. In the meantime, a vaccination program was kicked off today for the elderly people with severe illnesses living in the Western province. According to the epidemiology unit's data, Sri Lanka has rolled out more than 400,000 coronavirus vaccinations on Tuesday, August 10th. Among them, 148,690 received their first dose, while 279,845 others completed the vaccine course on being administered the second dose. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
Get a personal loan for your marriage, education or housing within 24 hours with People's Bank Digital Banking.
The total number of patients who have recovered from the COVID-19 virus in Sri Lanka surpassed the 300,000 mark on Wednesday, Health Ministry statistics showed. Total recoveries have risen to 300,406 after another 2,244 patients were discharged from hospitals within the past 24 hours. Sri Lanka's tally of confirmed cases of the coronavirus currently stands at 339,092, while the number of infected patients currently under medical care is 33,346. The Director General of Health Services has confirmed another 124 coronavirus-related deaths for August 10th, pushing the country's official death toll due to the virus pandemic to 5,464. This is reportedly the highest daily count of COVID-19 deaths recorded in the country, while this is also marks the third consecutive day that the daily count of COVID-19 deaths has exceeded 100. Of the COVID-19 deaths confirmed yesterday, 75 are males and 49 are females, while one of the victims is below the age of 30. 28 are between the ages of 30 to 59, while the remaining 95 are aged 60 and above. The Ministry of Health reported that another 736 persons have tested positive for the COVID-19 today, increasing the daily count of new cases to 2,890. This brings the total number of confirmed cases of the coronavirus in the country thus far to 341,982. Over 36,000 infected patients are currently being treated for the virus, while total recoveries has crossed the 300,000 mark in Sri Lanka. The death toll due to the COVID-19 in the island has climbed to 5,464. The Health Ministry has decided to set a maximum price for rapid antigen tests and PCR tests carried out by the private healthcare services, Minister Pavitra Vanyarachi said. Accordingly, she said, 6,500 rupees has been set for a PCR test, while the maximum price for an antigen test is 2,000 rupees. The relevant Gazette notification will be issued by the Consumer Affairs Ministry tomorrow. It has been revealed in a recent survey that private sector hospitals have charged between 5,550 to 9,750 rupees for a PCR test and between 2,000 to 5,550 rupees for an antigen test. The Health Minister said this has caused injustice to people and therefore they have decided to set a maximum price for PCR and antigen tests in order to prevent undue and unfair price changes. The Mannar Diocesan Bishop, Right Reverend Dr. Lionel Emmanuel Fernandez said that the annual festival of the Mother of Madhu in Mannar will be held with a limited number of devotees. Accordingly, he said, this time around 150 devotees could attend the Madhu festival. The Bishop of Mannar stated this at a special discussion held at the Madhu Shrine today. The discussion was jointly organised by the Mannar District Secretariat and the Department of Christian Affairs. The discussion was chaired by the Mannar District Secretary A. Stanley DeMel. The festival is being organised in accordance with the government's health guidelines and regulations. The Madhu festival will be held on the 15th. A special arms service will be held on the 14th of August at 6 p.m. The next day at 6:15 a.m., the Madhu festival will be celebrated in the Tamil and Sinhala languages. Only devotees in the Mannar district can attend the Madhu festival. The National Water Supply Board announces an 18-hour water cut in a few places from 8 a.m. tomorrow to 2 a.m. early morning on Friday due to maintenance work on the Aluthgama-Mathugama and Agalavatta pipelines. Accordingly, the water distribution will be interrupted in Vaduwa, Waskadua, Pothupitiya, Kalutara North and South, Katukurunda, Nagoda, Bentota, Payagala, Bombuvela, Magona, Beruwala, Dargah Town, Aluthgama and Kaluwa Modara areas. That concludes local news.
Get a personal loan for your marriage, education or housing within 24 hours with People's Bank Digital Banking. People's Bank Digital Banking, your ultimate convenience.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
A meeting between the New Zealand High Commissioner Michael Edward Appleton and Defence Secretary General Kamal Gunaratne took place today at the Ministry of Defence. They discussed issues of bilateral importance. The High Commissioner has commended the contribution of the security forces to control the COVID pandemic and came to you in the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
Moving on to Watchlight, the police have provided a telephone number for the general public to report information regarding any activities related to child labour in the Colombo city or suburbs. Police spokesman, Senior DIG Ajit Rohan said a special operation was initiated recently in the Colombo city and suburbs in the Western Province to nab offenders. He said that if the public have any information in respect of child labour, they are requested to provide such information to the Colombo Emergency Centre via its telephone number 0112 433 333, repeating 0112 433 333, and that came to you in Watchlight. On to a bulletin of world news, making headlines. The scale of Russian mercenary mission in Libya exposed. Canadian jailed for 11 years in China on spying charges. And China to ban karaoke songs with illegal content. A new BBC investigation has revealed the scale of operations by a shadowy Russian mercenary group in Libya's civil war, which includes links to war crimes and the Russian military. A Samsung tablet left by a fighter for the Wagner Group exposes its key role as well as traceable fighter codenames. And the BBC has a whopping shopping list for the state-of-the-art military equipment, with expert witnesses say could only have come from a Russian army supplies. Russia denies any links to Wagner. A court in China has convicted a Canadian businessman of espionage and sentenced him to 11 years in prison. Michael Spavor has been detained since 2018 after being arrested with fellow Canadian ex-diplomat Michael Kovrig. The verdict will test a strained relationship between the Canadian and Chinese governments. It comes as an extradition battle involving Meng Wanzhou, a senior executive of Chinese tech giant Huawei, takes place in Canada. China is set to ban karaoke songs that contain illegal content, its Ministry of Culture and Tourism has announced. Songs that fall under this category include those that endanger national unity, sovereignty or territorial integrity. Those who provide content to karaoke venues have been urged to review the songs and flag up to the ministry those that are potentially harmful. The rules are due to come into effect on the 1st of October. Back to the headlines of the world news. The scale of Russian mercenary mission in Libya exposed. Canadian jailed for 11 years in China on spying charges. And China to ban karaoke songs with illegal content. And that concludes this bulletin of world news.
Development News is brought to you by
Quality matters than price. So as an engineer, I recommend Melba RB500. It's made with virgin billets using the latest technology. Melba RB500, #1 in Sri Lanka. Truly Sri Lankan.
Win lakhs and lakhs with CIB Janajaya. 40% discount for your bills till 15th of August. 6 hand tractors at the Grand Row. CIB Janajaya.
Jetwing Hotels, one of Sri Lanka's leading hospitality companies, launched Plated by Jetwing, its latest online culinary experience, bringing mouth-watering dishes from around the world to the consumer's home table. With a wide selection ranging from traditional Sri Lankan favourites to iconic dishes from the Orient, India and the West, Plated by Jetwing offers you the freedom to take a day off cooking and enjoy delicious meals from the comfort and safety of your home, and came to you in Development News.
Development News was brought to you by
Quality matters than price. So as an engineer, I recommend Melva RB500. It's made with virgin billets using the latest technology. Melva RB500, number 1 in Sri Lanka. Truly Sri Lankan.
Win lakhs and lakhs with CIB Janajaya. 40% discount for your bills till 15th of August. 6 hand tractors at the Grand Row. CIB Janajaya.
And in cricket news, Stuart Broad will miss England's second test against India, which starts tomorrow, with James Anderson a doubt. Broad, 35, has a calf problem, with fears he will not only miss the Lord's Test but further matches after that. Anderson, 39, had a quad muscle niggle, on which England expect more information later today. Lancashire's Saqib Mahmood has been called up as cover, with Mark Wood and Craig Overton, another pace bowling options in the squad. That's sports news. We look at business news next.
Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply. Business news. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money.
The Colombo Bourse witnessed a profit-taking yesterday amidst recording a healthy turnover level on mixed investor participation. Thus, the all-share price index decreased by 30.5 points to close at 8,070.9, while the S&P SL20 index declined by 6.8 points to close today at 3,032.2. That came to you in Business News. Economic news up next.
Business news. Sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money. Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply.
Economic news, courtesy of...
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibility. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
Seahorse Yachts Private Limited, shy of the Maldives, will invest $58 million or 11.5 billion rupees to set up a state-of-the-art yacht building facility at the Hambantota International Port Group HIPG. The production is set to commence by early 2022. The project is expected to generate over 200 direct employment opportunities and an additional 300 indirect employment opportunities. The agreement was signed by Johnson Liu, CEO HIPG, and Ali Hussein Didi, President Seahorse Yachts Private Limited. Johnson Liu, CEO of HIPG, said that the Hambantota Port Industrial Park is an international trade zone and came to you in Economic News.
I bought my daughter a laptop for her work by managing my finances. Whatever the expenses may be, I can't afford to miss out on life's special moments like her birthday or our anniversary. So you need to invest to make your family's future flourish.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibilities. That's why we promise to give you the best returns on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
Weather report was sponsored by
Dialogue, in partnership with the Ministry of Education, introduces NanaSir, a trilingual educational mobile app with video-based lessons for grade 1 to A-levels. Now your child can study with ease on your mobile with no subscription fee.
The Met Department says several spells of showers occur in the western, Sabargama, central and northwestern provinces and in the Galle and Matara districts. Showers or thunder showers occur at several places elsewhere after 2 p.m. Fairly heavy showers, about 50 millimeters, can be expected at some places in these areas. The general public is kindly requested to take adequate precautions to minimize damages caused by temporary localized strong winds and lightning during thunder showers. This weather report was published this evening at 7:30 p.m. Further details could be obtained by visiting the official website of the department. Meanwhile, the international weather forecast website AccuWeather.com predicts that the Colombo weather could be generally fair in the night. Today's daytime temperature was observed to be around 30 degrees Celsius. There will be light showers in many places in the Colombo district in the night. Tonight's temperature will be around 27 degrees Celsius, and there will be scattered showers in selected spots late in the night. The ground temperature would be 28 degrees Celsius at the time of this news broadcast. The air quality index AQI is 18, which shows fair conditions in Colombo. The air quality is generally acceptable for most individuals.
Weather report was sponsored by
Dialogue, in partnership with the Ministry of Education, introduces Nanasa, a trilingual educational mobile app with video-based lessons for grade 1 to A-levels. Now your child can study with ease on your mobile with no subscription fee.
To conclude this bulletin of news, the headlines once again. The first discussion to get proposals on the backbenchers of the Sri Lanka Podujana Peromana to compile budget proposals commenced today under the patronage of the Prime Minister. The first meeting of a 4-member committee appointed to solve the teacher-principal salary anomalies will be held tomorrow. Home care program for children infected with COVID-19 begins. COVID-19 recovery surpasses 300,000 in Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka confirms another 124 COVID-19 deaths. COVID-19 update. Daily count of new cases climbs to 2,890. Survey reveals nearly 150,000 in the Colombo district still unvaccinated. A maximum price set for antigen and PCR tests. Scale of Russian mercenary mission in Libya exposed. And Stuart Broad will miss England's second test against India. That concludes tonight's news broadcast, and now it's back to your host, Nurajana Besundara.